Stampers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make this beautiful card. This is the card that we made at my club night this past Saturday, and all the ladies loved it, so I thought I would make a video and show you how to make it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's start with all the pieces here. Alright, so the Whisper White, this is the thick Whisper White, and I cut this at 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and then I took the little border here with the scallop and I cut a little edge off of that. And then I have a piece of the Peony Garden designer paper, and this piece is cut at 1 inch by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the inside right here on this edge, just like that. And then another piece of the Peony Garden. This is cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the front. Then we have a piece of Whisper White, which is cut at 2 by 3 1/4. And then I'm using the brand new, oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Okay, so these are called the Square Vellum Doilies, and you get 24 in a pack. So we just added this to the front of the card to add some texture. So pretty and so very delicate. Then we're going to make our little flower here, which is the peony or peony or the peony, however you want to call it. And what we're going to do, let me show you all the dies that we're going to use. So when you get your die collection, you're going to probably feel really overwhelmed because you're going to think, well, what am I supposed to make here, right? How is it supposed to all go together? So this is the die collection. This is the Peony dies, and it's coordinating with the Prize Peony stamp set. So you buy these in a bundle and save 10%. But these are the dies we're going to use today. So we're using these ones for the flower. I know, it's so amazing that these 4 pieces, and that's all it is, 4 pieces are going to make your beautiful flower. It's amazing. So, and I'm using the petal pink. So what you're going to start is from the largest down to the smallest. Okay? Just like that. Okay, so the smallest to the largest. And then for the leaves, I cut out 3 of the leaves, which we have right here. Let me just slide these all off here. These are the outlines here that are going to give some shadowing to your leaves. And then your 3 leaves look like this right here, which I cut out with the Pear Pizzazz. And then the outline is cut out with the Old Olive. Let me see, where's my other piece at? Okay, so here's the 3rd piece for the leaves. And then you have the center piece, which I cut out with the So Saffron. And that is also in the die right here. And then I cut out the border is also in this die collection, and that's right there. Now these other images cut out the other images in the stamp set right here. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start building our flower. Let me move all the dies out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to be making mine different from what I had them make at club. And it was actually from one of my club ladies, Jennifer. She had made her flower slightly different, and that's the way I'm going to make it with you today. So on this one here, you'll notice that I sponged on the top, which is beautiful. But with Jennifer, she sponged the bottom of the flower. So we're going to do it that way today. So we're going to go ahead and sponge with our sponge daubers with the Petal Pink Classic Ink. And we're going to sponge along this bottom cut line and then along the top edge of this larger size. And then the rest of them will be just on the cut line. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so then one thing I also mentioned to my club ladies is that you could take some water, or for the case for my club ladies, I took the shimmer paint with the rubbing alcohol and I spritzed each of the petals and we crumpled it up. And this is, of course, the one that we made with the crumpling of each of the petals. So it kind of adds more dimensions to the petals. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the smallest petal and we're going to insert it into the back of our next size up in the petals. And what's going to be nice is that you can line the back side up with each of the petals. So you can see this scalloped edge right here. It's lining up perfectly. Okay, and then we're going to take the next size up. We're going to tuck this one in the cut line. And then you're going to line this up at the back edge, just like that. And then the final petal, line this one up at the back edge here, just like that. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now to adhere each of the petals, you can use your glue dots, you can use your liquid adhesive or your seal, whatever kind of adhesive you want. I'm going to use glue dots for the sake of the video today. So I'm just going to take one glue dot and adhere it to the back layer. Pick this up here. And I'm just adhering each of the petals to each other, making sure they line up. And of course I could have done this beforehand. Okay, so there's my flower. Isn't that gorgeous? Now you can take your finger and you can kind of bend the petals forward a little bit. Now this is where if you wrinkle it or crunch it up in your hand, it will give it that dimension that you're looking for, like a peony does. So I'm just going to go ahead and do each of the layers, just pulling them forward just slightly. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? All right, now let's go ahead and build our leaves. Now one thing I did tell the girls is that you want to build your leaves with each leaf when you're doing them. So before you start adding glue, make sure that each layer has the old olive layer that goes to it. So this one is going to go with this one. And then this one is going to go with this one. Just like that. And then this one is going to go on top of that. Okay, so once you figure out which of the old olive layers go with the pear pizzazz, then you're going to take your sponge dauber, and I have some liquid glue, and I'm going to squeeze some out on this piece of paper here. And I'm going to, this is labeled glue, so I have it just for the glue. And then I'm going to take the glue and I'm going to pounce it onto the back of the leaf. And then we can adhere it to the leaf. Okay. All right, so there's our leaves. All right, now let's go ahead and put our card together. All right, so let's go ahead and get our seal. Okay, so then for the front of the card, we're going to go ahead and just add some adhesive just to the center, just a little tiny bit, to hold the vellum doily. And I'm going to put it at a diamond shape like this across the front center. And then I went ahead and did the scallop on that 2 by 3 1/4 inch piece. We're going to do some stamping on that. So I'm going to use the Great Granite Classic Ink. And we're going to use this stamp here from the same stamp set, the Prized Peony. It's right here. Your sweet friendship refreshes my soul. I love that. So we're I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right across the bottom edge. Hopefully I get this straight. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to add dimensionals to the back side of this. About here, right over that doily part of it. And then we're going to take our flower, we're going to add some adhesive. I'm going to add adhesive first to attach the leaves, and then we'll secure them with the dimensionals. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to put dimensionals on the back side. To the side. So it's at an angle. Now what I did tell my ladies is that if they wanted to cut that piece a whisper weight, which I do want to remove that piece, and it's just usually on the corners here. So I just want to cut underneath that flower. So that's taken out of there, just like that, okay? All right, now let's add the center of the flower. Just gonna put some adhesive on that. And this gets tucked in right into the center here. Slide it in there, just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so then one more thing, we're gonna add some little bling dots. And these are the Element Faceted Gems. This is in the suite. And I'm going to take 3 of the, it looks like petal pink to me. I'll take 3 of them and just randomly put them on the front of the card. Just like that. And then you can also add some Wink of Stella, which is what I did to this one here. I added it just to the randomly onto some of the petals onto the flower. Isn't that beautiful? So can you tell the difference? How this one is sponged on top and this one was sponged on the bottom. I think I like the one sponged on the bottom better. But such a beautiful card. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll have all the items listed down below. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by and we'll see you later. Bye.